Hello everybody and welcome to Crochet, a Canadian crochet podcast. I'm your hostess Claudia. I herald from the base of the Rocky Mountains in southern Alberta, Canada, and I love to crochet. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like these kind of videos, give this a thumbs up and you can subscribe below, and let's get started. I am drinking Earl Grey tea. It is Walmart brand tea, nothing special. There was this Earl Grey tea. I'm gonna warn you right now, I am going to digress big time. So there was this tea that we got at Winners, which is like a Marshall's, I think. I've never been to a Marshall's, but it's like one of those places where you get like the brand name stuff at a discount. Anyway, so we were at Winners and ours has food. And they had this incredible tea that was made in Australia, and it was a lavender Earl Grey, and it's so good. And I tell myself this often is not to get stuff at Winners because there's never a guarantee that you're ever going to get it back, and there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to find it online. So yeah, I miss that tea very much, but I'm drinking tea. Also, I read when I was, oh gosh, probably like 20. Oh man, it makes me feel so old. Long time ago. That this, what I'm doing here, is a very Canadian thing to do, is that Canadians leave the tea bag in the cup. I do make a pot of tea because my husband and I both drink tea, but that's in the morning, so any supplemental teas I have throughout the day, we do this with. And I always have these cups because I like the size of them. I just wish they didn't have handles. I was talking to you guys about this a long time ago, about cups and handles and all that stuff, but yeah, so this is how I prefer to hold it, even though like it's hot. And that really nice cup that I had, my puppy broke it, and I'm so sad. And what am I wearing today? This is the triangle scarf that I talk about all the time. This has been to Waterton. This has been to Indian Graves. This has been to Little Bow Provincial Park. This has been, oh gosh, all over the place, really. It goes with you basically everywhere. But this is the very first triangle scarf I ever crocheted. And it is lovely. It's, oh gosh, I want to say 3 or 4 years old now. It has washed up beautifully. This was a Michael's brand. It was a loops and threads. They came in these really cute donuts, and I think this color was called Bonfire, but it was a wool blend, but it's just absolutely stunning. I get compliments on it all the time, and I just love it. So that's what I'm wearing today. Let's get started with my finished object. I think I'm going to cotton onto that, even though I don't like how it sounds, but remember this? I dropped a hook because it's not an episode if I don't drop a hook, is it? I finished this. It didn't get as far as I thought it was going to. I forget where I left off. I think I was roughly around here last time, but I am done. It is finished. It is beautiful. It is washed. The ends are put in. So yep, so you can see that. Hopefully you can see that. And this one. So I really liked this one because I had 2 ends to weave in, and that was it. So the end of this one and this one, that's it. And then we're done. So it is just, this is a little guy, so it's a lot smaller than this one that I'm wearing. But that is okay because I don't want it dragging on the ground. And it's just, for everything that I was complaining about with the yarn, with those little threads coming out, I don't take it back exactly, but I will say, now that I've washed this, the whole garment itself is so much softer, and any of those places that had the like crusty yarn switching, like right here, hopefully you can see that. I don't know, like it's hard to see. It looks like very, very fine fishing line in there. Anyway, I can still feel those a bit, but they've softened up an incredible amount. So yes, I would give this yarn 8 out of 10. I love it. It's beautiful. It worked out beautiful. The colors are great. The yarn itself was great. I didn't shear it, and it was easy to weave in the ends, which is a big plus for me because I don't like doing that. Yeah, so I love this, and it is finished. It is ready to go. I can start wearing it tomorrow if I want. It is not weather dependent. This can be a spring, summer, winter, or autumn scarf. It will cover all my bases, but this one I made specifically for summertime. So we will see how that goes. I would like to say that I have worked on the boho wrap shawl cardigan thing. I haven't. I still have it in its basket. It's right here. Exact same place it was last time I showed you. I've done nothing to it. I don't know why I'm not putting it together, but I'm not. I'm being perfectly honest here. I just don't feel like it right now. I guess that's being perfectly honest, is I just don't feel like it right now. But And it's because it doesn't take up very much space. If it took up more space, then I'd be much more willing to move it along. But because it fits so nicely into this little basket, I'm just like, meh. And I also tuck it down here. I'm not sure if you can see the down here part, but I usually keep my balls of yarn and stuff that I want quick access for small projects. So that's where that has been living, so I don't forget about it. But I've become blind to it. I keep looking at it, and I'm just like, meh, there's other stuff I'd rather do. So I need some words of encouragement, please, to finish this, that you guys think that I will be able to get it done for at least next week when I show you, or at least half done. I would love that. Give me some motivation. I'm really, really lacking for this very particular thing. It's more like what's not in progress. What I'm actually working on is, this is the ball of the Lana Pro. It's on Ravelry. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's Lana Pro wool. This is the, okay, so everything in my house has shavings on it. My husband, I'll link his business in the description below in case you're interested. I'm not sure if you are or not, but I feel like I talk about him all the time and I'm like, sorry, he's doing this and sorry, he's doing that. Anyway, he is a commercial residential woodworker. He does finishing carpentry for houses mostly now. And he makes furniture. So our house is full of sawdust and shavings all the time. Like, I'm sure if I looked at the bottom of my socks, yeah, see? And you would never know that I have swept and vacuumed today. Both of those things before I recorded this. I did that and I still have it, and I can see bits all over the place. Anyway, what that means is literally everything in our house has sawdust in it, and my poor dryer, I am so glad it hasn't lit itself on fire yet, but it's always, the lint trap is always full of lint and wood fibers, which is super dangerous, but oftentimes I'll stop the cycle halfway through and scoop it out and then go again. Anyway, this had shavings on it, of course. Now it doesn't, I just picked them off. I'm making myself a neck gaiter, and yes, I see what you see, don't worry. I see this side is really long and this side is really not. I see that. It is because I had a more gentle hand when I got started, and also I didn't really know what stitch I was going to use to begin with, so I was just kind of like noodling along, not paying attention. Then I got back. I have quite a tight stitch, is kind of my standard. Also, I'm using a smaller hook than it recommended by 0.25 millimeters. So I'm making this neck gaiter for outside adventure, and you can see it doesn't look like that. I have counted the stitches on here and the stitches here. These are the same number, but I think it's going to be fine once I block it, because when I stretch it, like, this isn't going so far that this side isn't going so far that it's never going to meet this side. I just have to do that. So yes, putting it together like this, and then I will, once I'm finished the width, this is obviously much too small for a neck gaiter. Once I am finished that, I will stitch up the sides like that, and then it will go this way. I wanted it this way because I wanted some stretch, but not a lot, because I want it to stay up on my face. I have a like a buff thing that I wear sometimes for hiking that I usually just use to cover my neck so bugs don't get in there. And it's lightweight, and it's for summertime, and it's much better than this. This is definitely early spring, late fall, winter in terms of seasons. And I don't like using that one to cover my mouth in the wintertime, because it's like if you put a damp t-shirt on your mouth, like, and I'm a mouth breather when I'm running or doing outside activities, so it gets kind of like stuck on my, not stuck, but it will definitely like come onto my lips, and then I have to breathe through the fabric, which I don't care for. So I wanted something that is a little bit holey, which crochet invariably is, like you can see. So my air will pass in and out of here unimpeded. And then if it's really cold, it'll get that nice frost ring that looks nasty on the outside as well. But yeah, so I wanted it to stay up like this. And I did the very precise scientific measurement of doing this with the original chain, which is this side. Put it here like this, where I would want it. So just underneath my eyes, and then to come down to there. So it'll be probably a bit smaller than that when we're finished. And if it's a really, really cold day, I'll put that on and then tuck it underneath probably this one. Yeah, so like I said, I am using a 3.7 millimeter hook, 7.5 did I say? It says a USF or a 5. Susan Bates hook. It's aluminum, I think. I think they call this silver aluminum. It's a weird name on Amazon when I look. Oh, sorry, I got a fluff now. There's fluffies all over this. That is the hook. I almost always use these hooks. I really, really like them. You could use a bamboo hook with this, I think, and it would help with the tension for sure, but I'm not frogging it because this is like a roving style wool. It is hard to frog, and I've had to frog some of it. So that part is not, that's not awesome. So that's why I'm not super keen to frog back to the beginning and start again. That I will just hopefully get it to work out. And again, if it doesn't, this is my own personal piece. It's not the end of the world if it's like kind of funny at one part on my own face. Again, I would never make this for somebody and be like, oh, it's good enough. If this was made for somebody, you better believe it, I'd be frogging the whole thing and making sure it was perfect before I gave it to them. So there's that. And I love how this yarn is coming out. So I was looking at my books here before, and I was noticing that this actually reminds me of the books on my shelf. And again, like, I found that interesting because when I first showed you the skein of this, is it a skein? It's a ball, I guess. When I was first showing this to you, that's what I was trying to figure out what it reminded me of. And I said November and fireplace and books reading. So I actually really love that this reminds me of my antique books. This is not my whole collection. I have tons more in the basement. These are just like, I don't know, ones that I wanted upstairs for right now. You'd think we were like super religious and poem people by the books that I have, but it's not true. We're just regular religious. Anyway, yeah, it's super pretty. I really like this. It does smell a bit woolly, but it's not a bad smell. Because I've smelled some, what is it, the Patons maybe? Oh no, Astra? No, that's a acrylic yarn. I'm pretty sure it's the Patons company. They have 100% wool balls, and I can smell them in Michael's when I go in there. I'm just like, wow. It's not my favorite smell. I understand how some people like that. It is not my favorite, but it is coming along nicely. It is soft when I put it on my face, which is also good. I don't like a scratchy wool, and this will be a hand wash for sure. I am not going to put this in the wash or the dryer because it is probably going to felt, and then I will be ever so sad. The next thing I'm working on is another one. This is for my daughter's teacher because I would like to get the end of the year teacher gifts ready to go before it's actually end of the year and I'm scrambling and I don't have time to do them. So I'm starting now. This is it's another neck gaiter, and the teacher that she has is an outdoor, it's not outdoor education. My daughter is in, and I hate saying special school, but it is a special school where they have, it's nature-based learning. So they're outside almost every single day. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, they are out all day, weather dependent-ish. It's really, they adhere to this Swedish saying of there is no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothes. So yeah, they've gone out when it's like -20. Anytime it's not like dangerous to be up there outside. So I am making one for her teacher. Her teacher really likes bright colors, and I thought this was perfect. And it is, I don't know, it's coming up really nice. This is a half double crochet, and then you put your hook into this little front bit right here. When you go back, this guy. And then it makes these cool sort of ladders that looks like stitching on it. I really like how this works. So this will be similar to the one that I'm making for myself, except this one will probably be winter only, and hopefully it will fit her teacher because he's pretty big. I'm thinking so because I measured on myself and it's that long. I think the issue that I might run into is the width of it, so I'll have to figure something out with that, but that's what so this is the yarn that I am using. It is, actually I went shopping at Michael's. It is called the Eco Cozy Watercolors, and it's really big. It's really, really big. So it's 100% recycled polyester. I don't know where they got the polyester from. That's the only thing. This is a bit of greenwashing, so don't get me wrong, because they have had this recycled, or what do they call it? Eco Cozy. They've had Eco Cozy out for a while, and some of it I just kind of rolled my eyes at because it's been like 5% recycled product, and I'm like, come on guys, like let's get with it. We can do better. But it's made from recycled plastic. It's a thick yarn. It is a size 6, so it's super bulky, and it calls for a 9mm yarn, which I am using. This is my Clover 9mm hook. Here are the details on that. I really like this hook. Again, this one, I think you could probably do with a bamboo hook, but you would have to be really cognizant that you weren't shredding it because, again, this is a roving yarn. It's not my favorite. I don't really like roving yarn all that much. I just thought the colors were really pretty and I really liked it. Michael's was having a sale, so of course I bought it because I have no self-control, as we all know. And I like how it's coming along. And it'll be, I think, a nice thing for her teacher that they'll appreciate because it's an outdoor thing for an outdoor person. Hopefully. Anyway, if he really doesn't like it, I guess I could take it back. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So far I have no complaints with this yarn. It goes on really well. I haven't shredded it with my hook because it doesn't have a super pointy top. It glides nicely on plastic. The colors are so fun to me. And I think it looks great. So I enjoy it in spite of it being roving. So you'd have to, again, be careful with washing and drying because it's not gonna stay super nice looking for a super long time. But I'm hoping that on a low friction place like your face, it's going to last a bit longer than usual. But we'll see. If it looks terrible, I'll make him another one. So like I said, Michaels had a 30% off all the yarn sale in the store, which was great. So I grabbed, like I said, I grabbed 2 balls of these. This is the second one. I actually really like that pattern on the side. I would never in a million years make it with this yarn because it would be like this thick. But I like it. I feel like that's something that I could make very easily. This is a knitting pattern on here. So the pattern, pattern included. So the pattern must be on inside here, but I'm sure I could figure it out and do a crochet conversion. I'm pretty good at that. Yeah, so I have that. That is a recycled yarn. I have tried to record this section several times and it has gone really badly, so I'm hoping this is the last one that I have to do because the dogs are feeling their oats. That's what we would say about the horses. And they're just nuts. They're making so much noise. They're running in and out. They're going crazy. They're just being a couple of butts right now. So there's going to be barking in the background. There's going to be running around. You're going to hear stuff like that. That's them jumping around in my room on my bed. So that's that. But I'm going to try to power through because I have to get this done. At this point, I have no other time to do this. So here we go. Back to the yarn. This is another ball that I have purchased. It is a Caron Skinny Cake. The yarn is a size, it's 4mm. It's a size 3. Sorry, I didn't really give you time to look at it. I think it's so pretty. And also I have like nashed it at the top so it doesn't look very nice on that side. And what am I going to make this? I can't remember. What I had something in mind. This color is called Raspberry Ganache. I'm not sure why it's called that. It's not really raspberry to me, but I just thought the colors are just so pretty. And yeah, and the yarn too, I feel like I remember the yarn in these cakes being bigger and not, I bought skinny cakes before, but I feel like they were not that small. Oh, puppies. So yes, it's super pretty. There are, how long is this? I think it's 1 kilometer for some reason. Oh, not quite. It's 727 meters, so almost a K. That's crazy for me to think that's like almost 1 kilometer of yarn. And I can run 10 of those. Well, not like today, but I can. Yeah, so that's it. If there's, again, like I've had my eye on this for a long time. I never had a reason to get it. And I was like, because they are $12, I think, Canadian at Michael's. And yeah, I just to have it because I like it, it was not a good enough reason to get this particular cake, but I got it now because it was on sale. And the last thing that I got from Michael's, oh, for the love of Pete, I'm so sorry about the barking. They had this, and it's a limited time only, so I'm probably going to be super bummed out. It is a Caron, it's another cake, cotton funnel cakes is what they're called. This is 100% cotton, but the yarn is like roving yarn, if you can see that. Hopefully it focuses. I absolutely loved this color, obviously because it's orange. I love peach, all of that stuff. And I love how this is going together. So my grandpa asked me to make him some more dishwashing cloths because my grandma used to knit them, but then unfortunately a number of years ago, probably 4 years ago, she really started to decline due to dementia. And then she passed away a couple of years ago, so he doesn't have anybody to make them for him anymore. So I thought he might like this, and it's really soft, and I like that it's kind of nubbly, so hopefully it will work well to make cloths for him. And it calls for a 5.5mm hook, which I think I would stay true to that. Here they come. They're having a drink of water. I would stay pretty true to that because that's what I feel that's very reasonable for this yarn. And the pattern that they have on the side is actually super cute. It's not my style, but I totally appreciate that style of wrap. It's, again, not my style, but I like it. That's something also I like about these is you get the pattern, like it'll be on the inside of this label. But yeah, so I am excited to work with that. This week I feel I've been super lazy when it comes to crochet. I have a big project coming up at work, which luckily is over tomorrow, like from when I'm recording this. So I can't wait for it to be done because it'll be a massive stress release on my part. Not that I'm like dying of stress. It's definitely like first world problem stress, but I want to get it done. I want to make sure I'm the kind of person, I'm like, I need this to like happen soon so that like the bad part can be over and then we can just deal with any fallout. And I'm also pessimistic big time because I'm always like, you know, I'm expecting it to go not well, and then I feel like I'm prepared then when it doesn't go well that I'm not disappointed or that I'm not really upset. So I know some of the issues that are going to go on with it, and they're already happening. So it's not fun for me for that, but I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, so there's that. And I know I say, oh, you're a web developer. What could possibly be so awful? But I don't like to discuss my work. So just believe me. It's stressful for me. I'm allowed to feel stressed out about it. Of course the dogs are. I don't know if you guys can see the dog in the bottom of the frame, but he is there. And the other one is on the couch now. And I'm sure they got mud in my bed. And I'm going to try to keep trucking through. Let's try. So my husband has been on a plant buying kick, which I am all for. And he has recently purchased me this beautiful Easter cactus. We have a Thanksgiving one and we have a Christmas one. So they're dormant right now. And we've never had philodendrons before. So now we have a whole bunch. And then we also have this other plant, and I forget the name. It just says tropical plant on the label, which is super lame in my opinion, but it's pink and green. It's awesome. It's like, it's crazy. And I really love like foliage looking plants. I don't necessarily like flowers. Oh, I got a fluff somewhere. Sorry. So yeah, I don't always want stuff that has flowers. I'm not sure why I don't care for the ones that have flowers. I'm just looking at my plants right now and thinking if any of them would have flowers. Like we have a bunch of snake plants, and we have, oh my gosh, we have this one plant that I think it's Cuban oregano, and we met in a parking lot and a guy gave it to us through the window. It was so funny. Like, it was like we were doing something illicit, but no, it's 100% like it was legal. It's fine. It is plant. Like we can eat it. We have eaten it. It's fine. And yeah, so we have that great big thing that doesn't flower. I guess my Christmas and Easter cactuses, they do flower. Oh, that's not true. I have up here, I have a mum that I have been nursing through every winter since I've got it. So it dies in the worst way possible. It's this ugly stick of a thing. And then all the little bushy things come out. And I try to keep that going. And usually as long as I don't get those two dried up and gross, it will come back and it flowers and it looks beautiful. And then it dies back to this pile of like rubble. So that flowers. And I also have a African violet that my husband purchased for me, I think on my birthday. And it doesn't have flowers anymore, but it's starting to grow new little baby leaves. So I think that's a good thing, because any African violet I've had before has been dead like that. Usually they get dried up or I overwater them and they rot and it's really gross. But this time it seems like it's okay. We also got a Monstera. That's not how you say it, I don't think, but I can see the leaf in my mind. It's just a plain green one. So yeah, we have a lot of plants now. I estimated 60, which is a bit high. I went through and I counted, and I think we have 40 something, but I have to go count again because now I can't remember. Yeah, we've got a lot of plants in our house. We got a lot. But this one, I'm glad to have this one. It's so pretty. This one's also fake, and I don't count that one because it's fake. Well, we've come to the end of the episode. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been awesome to sit here and chat with you all, and I hope that you guys are having a great week, and I hope you have a great next week, and let me know what you're working on in the comments. I love to hear what you guys are working on. It's so awesome. All right, thank you for joining me. Stay bright, stay beautiful, and stay bright, stay beautiful, and follow your vagabond heart. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have had a great week since we last chatted, and I hope you have a great week coming up as well. And I'd like you to stay bright and stay beautiful and follow your vagabond hearts. Bye! because I'm not getting the situation that I would like, we're just going to have to try to roll with it. So the dogs are fighting, not fighting, they're playing. Stop! They're going to jump in my bed. Yeah, I can hear them. They're in my bed with their dirty feet.